one of the things that you can process any tragedy, and now let's move a little bit into personal situations.
Yeah.
When someone dies in the family, when a beloved pet dies, in the case of my situation, a parent chronically ill for many, many years and now facing, very overwhelming illness. How do you deal with those situations with a child? How do you let them process when somebody is very sick or when someone is going to die?
Right. And with these situations, there, as you can see, there's a lot more of an emotional, a lot more of a direct connection to the child, right? The child knows the person or the animal. The child has a relationship with the person or the animal. And so they're going to experience similar grieving emotions that we feel when they're sick or they're injured or, they do pass. So you want the child to be aware of their emotions and accepting of their emotions along the way. And to do this is to keep them involved in the process, explaining things to them of what's happening, explaining things to them, what's going to happen next, giving some predictability to where things are going. Now, again, that goes all different places. You can, it could ultimately be recovery and things are fine. It can result in a passing and a death. But keeping the child involved in expressing things to them so that they know what's going on along the process. With our kids, we know one of the hallmarks of autism is the inability to predict, the inability to think forward. And if we can help them with this, when the actual passing or the death happens, it's not as surprising to them. It's still traumatic, but it's not as surprising. They've been coached on it. We've talked about it. And plus, for kids who can ask questions, we've opened up several opportunities for them to ask questions so that we can help them understand it better.
And in fact, the sort of developing an obsession about death and dying can actually be their way of processing it?
Absolutely. And I think that's oftentimes what happens is they're processing the understanding of death. And so they're going to want to know more information about it. And then sometimes they get hooked on it because their anxiety is so high about what's going to occur or what possibly can occur in the future. And so that anxiety is going to oftentimes, fuel or promote that behavior of wanting to know more information about that topic or about death, dying, germs, whatever it may be. And so we process that with them, keep it in a frame, keep it within context, and continue to give them that opportunity to process what's going on. So there's lots of ways to do that, depending on the situations at hand.
Right.